Hi everybody, here's a quick overview of our Canvas site to help you make sure you know where to find everything. I have tried to make everything as intuitive as I can, and a lot of times there may be more than one way to get to materials. If you have any trouble finding anything, please let me know. If there are recent announcements, they will always appear here at the top of the home page. If you want to see all announcements, you can click on the link here on the left. One of your most common links will be to modules. The course will be organized around modules for each chapter. You can also reach the modules through links below with the description of each chapter. The first module will be the Getting Started module, which has a link right here. If you click on Zoom, you'll find the classroom. The Zoom classroom is already set up. So all you need to do is say join. It will ask you to register the first time, but after that you won't have to register. That will help me to keep track of who's in the Zoom room at different times. There are also links here to some of the tools we'll be using for the class, the Flipgrid video recording, the McGraw-Hill Connect workbook and activities, the discussion boards. All of these things will also be linked with the specific course assignments that are related to them. You can access the course syllabus here and here. There's a link to a Google Docs version of the syllabus that you can print out all or part of if you want to. You'll be able to see your grades here. Use the chat if you want to get together to chat with any of your group members or friends. The assignments will be somewhat redundant. For the most part, I recommend that you go to your assignments through the modules because that helps you see the organization of them better. The best reason to use the assignments link would be if you want to look to see when a certain type of assignment is due. You can set it to organize it by assignment type. So if you want to know, for example, when are the tests coming up, when are my Flipgrids going to be due, that might be a good use of assignments. Pages you won't generally have to use, and I may even disable it once everything's set up. The name coach roster, and I would encourage you to go there and record your name so that I can make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Here in the middle, we have that start menu I mentioned. We have the Café Virtual, which is basically a casual space for you to post comments, questions, engage in discussions like you might with classmates at the beginning of class, things not related to the class. And this can be in English or Spanish, whichever you want. English is fine. If you have questions, I'll try to keep an eye on this. But if you have urgent questions, I suggest you email me rather than using the Café Virtual. There's information about the course. One of the first things I would like you to do is go to La Profesora and watch a video to get to know me a little bit. When you go to modules or click the Getting Started, you'll end up here and you'll see a number of documents, including the overview and the professor page that I just showed you, a little voice thread I created with tips for learning a language and a small assignment associated with it, and various documents I'd like you to look over. Most of this is also in the syllabus. There are some videos to help you get started with Connect so that you know how to get into that. There's a link to Connect, and there's information about where to find various kinds of help, from tutoring to technical support to disability services and other kinds of links that you might need. Our first unit will be the Bienvenidos Welcome Unit. It's a short introductory chapter just to get you introduced to a fair amount of vocabulary in a short time. You won't be expected to learn everything instantly, and you won't be tested immediately on this, although some of it will be included on the Chapter 1 test. And you have here your first Connect assignment and your first Flipgrid assignment, which is to introduce yourself in English. The other things you'll find on the home page that are important is you have your to-do list, and that will always start with the most current assignments. It doesn't necessarily show all of the assignments, and so if you need to see more, the calendar is another way you can see what assignments you have coming up. The other thing I would recommend that you do before you get started is go to your account. If you haven't already done this, set up your account profile and set up your notification preferences. If you're coming into Canvas every day, the notifications may not be as important. But if you're going to be not always paying attention to Canvas and might miss out on things that you need to know, you can set up notifications and you can set them up to get them as they come out, to get them daily, or to get them weekly. You can get them set them up to get them via email or via push to a device. So all of those settings are going to be universal for all of your classes, not specifically for this class, but I do recommend setting those up. I personally start with a minimum number of notifications, and then if I find that there are things that I'm missing, I add additional notifications. You could take it the other way around, start with all the notifications you think you might need, and then if you find you're getting too many, go and eliminate some of them. Over here, the other thing you have over here in the general Canvas navigation box is the inbox. You can leave messages for me here. In general, I prefer email rather than using the Canvas inbox, but either way is a way that you can get in touch with me. And the help button is a great place to start if you're having trouble with how to use Canvas. That's a brief tour. Please let me know if you have any questions.